So you want to buy a TV in 2025? Stop right there. Because I just spent 30 days testing 8 different TVs in real-world conditions, and what I discovered will save you from the biggest mistake of the year. That perfect TV everyone's raving about online. 3 of them were completely unwatchable once I got them home. Here's the truth: store lighting lies, demo modes lie, even professional reviews miss what happens after week 2. Today, I'm ranking 12 TV brands based on what actually matters in your living room, not in a controlled lab. Walk into any electronics store and those TVs look incredible. Vibrant colors, perfect brightness, flawless picture quality, but here's the problem. Those displays are engineered to deceive you. Showroom lighting hides flaws. Settings are cranked to maximum brightness. Demo content is cherry-picked to show only strengths. The TV that looks amazing under fluorescent lights might be a disaster in your family room with natural sunlight, so I tested them. Same room, same content, same lighting conditions. Today, we're cutting through the marketing and giving you the real ranking. 12 TV brands tested in actual living conditions. Let's break down what survives reality and what crumbles. Number 12, Insignia, the 3-day honeymoon. Let me tell you about my Insignia experience. Bought a 50-inch model for $299 thinking it would be fine for a secondary room. Day 1 felt promising. Setup was straightforward. Fire TV interface loaded quickly. Netflix streamed without buffering. Maybe the negative reviews were wrong. Day 3, reality arrived. I watched a movie with the lights off and every dark scene turned into gray mush. No depth, no contrast, just flat, lifeless shadows where details should be. Day 7 brought another discovery. The viewing angles were shockingly bad. Sit anywhere except perfectly centered, and colors wash out completely. My family couldn't watch together because half the couch had a terrible view. What destroyed the experience? HDR10 support exists on paper, but the panel lacks brightness range to display it properly. No local dimming equals dark scenes with zero depth or shadow detail. Viewing angles so narrow only one person gets the good picture. Build quality feels cheap and hollow. Day 14, I returned it. Upgraded to something better in the same price range, and the difference was staggering. Bottom line. Insignia works only if your expectations are basement level and you never watch anything cinematic. Otherwise, avoid it. Number 11, RCA, when nostalgia meets disappointment. RCA was a test driven by curiosity. My parents loved their RCA TV in the 90s, lasted 15 years, so I grabbed a 43-inch model from Walmart for $320. First warning sign. The box felt suspiciously light. Day 1 picture quality in demo mode looked acceptable, got it home and everything changed. Colors were dull. Brightness so low I had to close blinds at 3 p.m. just to see the screen. Day 5, the sound developed a weird buzzing during dialogue scenes. Not unbearably loud but constantly noticeable. Annoying enough to pull me out of every show. Day 12, I tested gaming. Input lag was horrible. My controller inputs felt delayed by a full second. Checked online. Turns out RCA response times are among the worst in the industry. Why RCA failed reality. Panel technology that feels a decade outdated. Brightness can't handle rooms with windows. Sound quality is tinny with random buzzing. Remote buttons started sticking after 2 weeks. Day 18, I returned it. The employee didn't even ask why. Apparently RCA returns are routine. Bottom line, modern RCA has nothing to do with the quality brand your parents remember. It's a hollow shell trading on old glory. Number 10, Vizio, the software nightmare. I had high hopes for Vizio. Owned 2 between 2015 and 2020. Both were solid budget performers, so I grabbed a Vizio M series for testing. Day 1 exceeded expectations. Picture quality looked genuinely good. Colors were vibrant, contrast was respectable, maybe Vizio was back. Day 4, the SmartCast platform revealed its true nature. Apps started taking forever to load. YouTube buffered despite my internet running at full speed. Day 10, disaster struck. An automatic software update reset all my picture settings to default. Motion smoothing turned itself back on, making everything look like cheap daytime TV. I turned it off. 2 days later, another update reactivated it. Day 20, the remote became almost unusable. Button presses lagged 3 to 5 seconds. Adjusting volume felt like playing a broken video game. What killed Vizio, SmartCast interface is frustratingly slow and unresponsive. Automatic updates break settings you spent time perfecting. Remote lag turns simple tasks into ordeals. Good panel quality destroyed by terrible software experience. Day 28, I factory reset hoping to fix it. Nothing changed, returned it immediately. Bottom line, Vizio builds decent hardware trapped inside nightmare software. Until they completely overhaul SmartCast, better alternatives exist everywhere. Number 9, Toshiba. Great software, mediocre everything else. Toshiba caught my attention because of Fire TV OS. Amazon's interface is fantastic. Alexa integration works perfectly. But amazing software can't fix average hardware. Day 1 was smooth. Fire TV setup took minutes. Voice commands responded instantly. Apps loaded quickly. The interface experience was flawless. Day 3 exposed the panel's weakness. Watching a 4K nature documentary revealed dull colors and mediocre brightness. HDR content that should pop just sat there looking flat. Day 8 I tested gaming. Input lag wasn't terrible but definitely noticeable. Fast-paced games felt slightly off. Not competitive gaming friendly at all. Day 15 I ran a direct comparison with a TCL at the same price. The TCL demolished it. Richer colors, better brightness, superior contrast. Both had Fire TV available. The only difference was panel quality, and Toshiba lost badly. Toshiba's problems. Fire TV OS excellence can't compensate for weak display panels. Colors lack the vibrancy competitors offer at identical prices. Brightness struggles in any room with decent lighting. Input lag eliminates it for serious gamers. Day 22, back to the store it went. Bottom line, buy a Fire TV stick for $30 and put it on a better TV. Don't sacrifice panel quality for a built-in interface. Number 8, JVC. The inconsistency champion. JVC was an impulse test, found one on clearance for $375 and decided to see what happens. Day 1, the interface felt ancient. Navigation was clunky. Menus looked designed in 2012. Not a great start. Day 2 revealed inconsistent picture quality. Some streaming content looked decent. Other content on the same app looked washed out. No consistency whatsoever. Day 6 I discovered the app situation. Half the apps I use regularly weren't available. No HBO Max, no Peacock. Limited selection compared to every competitor. Day 11 brightness became an issue. Afternoon sunlight made the screen nearly unwatchable. Had to close curtains completely or wait until evening. JVC's failures. Inconsistent picture quality even within the same streaming platform. Ancient interface that feels 15 years behind competitors. Missing major streaming apps you probably use. Brightness insufficient for rooms with natural light. Day 16 I gave up trying to make it work. Bottom line, JVC feels like a gamble where the house always wins. Inconsistent quality and limited features make it a poor choice. Number 7, Philips, the great American letdown. I tested Philips because I kept hearing about their European reputation. Turns out US models are completely different products. Day 1 I noticed the build quality felt cheaper than expected. Bezels flex slightly when I touch them, not confidence-inspiring. Day 3 the menu system revealed itself to be painfully slow. Opening settings took several seconds. Navigating felt like wading through mud. Day 9 I tried watching HDR content. The TV claimed HDR support, but the actual image barely looked better than standard dynamic range. Dim, flat, uninspiring. Day 14 apps started crashing randomly. Netflix froze 3 times in one movie. Disney Plus kicked me out twice during a show. Restarting didn't help. Why Philips failed. US models have nothing to do with premium European Philips quality. Build quality feels budget despite mid-tier pricing. Menu system is frustratingly slow and unresponsive. HDR support exists in name only, actual performance is weak. Day 20 I'd had enough. Bottom line, Philips in America is a completely different brand than Philips in Europe. Don't get tricked by the name recognition. Number 6, Panasonic, the unavailable legend. Panasonic testing was challenging because finding one in stock was nearly impossible. Finally located one through a specialty retailer. Day 1, picture quality was genuinely impressive. Natural colors, excellent motion handling, I understood why people praise Panasonic. Day 4, the app ecosystem disappointed, missing several streaming services I use daily. The selection felt 5 years behind everyone else. Day 8, I needed customer support for a settings question, couldn't find a US phone number that worked. Online support took 4 days to respond with a generic answer. Day 17, comparing features to competitors at the same price revealed the problem. Panasonic charged premium prices but delivered fewer smart features, fewer apps, and minimal US support. Panasonic's issues. Limited availability makes even finding one difficult. App selection years behind LG, Samsung, Sony, TCL. Virtually zero US customer support infrastructure. Premium pricing not justified by feature set in American market. Day 25, the novelty wore off. Bottom line. Panasonic makes quality panels, but limited availability and poor US support create too many headaches. So far, we've seen the disappointing budget options and the premium brands that can't deliver in America. But now we're entering different territory. These next 5 brands actually survived my real-world testing. They handled bright rooms, dark rooms, gaming, streaming, everything I threw at them. But even among the good ones, there are clear winners and losers. Number 5, Hisense. The pleasant surprise, Hisense wasn't on my original test list. A friend insisted I try one, so I grabbed a U8H model. Day 1 shocked me. Picture quality rivaled TVs costing twice as much. Colors were rich. Contrast was impressive. Brightness handled my south-facing windows perfectly. Day 5, I tested HDR content extensively. Dolby Vision worked beautifully. Dark scenes had actual depth. Bright scenes didn't blow out. This was premium performance at mid-tier prices. Day 12, gaming exceeded expectations. Input lag was minimal. VRR worked flawlessly with my console. Response time felt immediate. Day 20, the only real flaw emerged. The built-in speakers were weak. Dialogue got muddy during action scenes. I added a $200 soundbar and suddenly had a complete theater experience. Why Hisense impressed? Picture quality that genuinely competes with $1,000 premium brands. Mini LED backlighting delivers excellent contrast and black levels. Gaming performance rivals dedicated gaming TVs. Brightness handles any room lighting condition. The one weakness, audio quality requires soundbar investment for best experience. Day 30, I kept it, bottom line. Hisense delivers legitimate premium performance at budget prices. Add a soundbar and you've got a setup that embarrasses TVs costing twice as much. Number 4, TCL, the value king. TCL 6 series was on my must-test list. The reputation preceded it. Day 1 met expectations immediately. Picture quality was excellent, colors popped, motion handling impressed. Setup was effortless with Roku TV. Day 6, I pushed it with challenging content. Dark, moody shows looked fantastic. Bright sports content was crisp and clear. This TV handled everything confidently. Day 13, gaming performance was solid. Not quite as responsive as dedicated gaming displays, but better than 90% of TVs I've tested. Day 19, I discovered the value proposition fully. This TV cost $650. It performed better than TVs I'd tested at $1,200. The price-to-performance ratio was unbeatable. Day 25, still going strong with zero issues. TCL's strengths. Roku TV interface is fast, intuitive, zero bloatware. Picture quality punches way above its weight class. Build quality feels more premium than the price suggests. Value proposition is nearly unbeatable. Minor concerns. Quality control varies. Some units have panel issues, though mine was perfect. Day 30, still my top value recommendation. Bottom line. TCL 6 series delivers 90% of premium TV performance for 60% of the cost. That's hard to beat. Number 3, Sony, the precision instrument. Sony A80K testing confirmed its reputation immediately. Day 1, picture quality was noticeably superior. Colors were perfectly calibrated. Motion was impossibly smooth. This was a different level of visual precision. Day 7, I watched cinema-quality movies. The processing made everything look exactly as directors intended. No artificial enhancement. Just pure, accurate reproduction. Day 14, PS5 gaming revealed Sony's gaming optimization. Input lag was minimal. Auto HDR tone mapping worked perfectly. Integration was seamless. Day 21, I noticed the interface felt slower than competitors. Not terrible, but noticeable compared to LG's WebOS or Roku TV. Day 28, I compared it to my TCL. The Sony was definitely better, but was it $800 better? That's debatable. Sony's excellence. Picture processing is industry-leading, nothing looks more accurate. Motion handling eliminates blur completely. Build quality feels genuinely premium. PS5 integration is seamless for PlayStation owners. The expensive reality. Premium pricing requires premium budget. Interface slower than cheaper competitors. Requires soundbar investment despite high price. Value proposition questionable unless you're a videophile. Day 30, I kept it for my primary theater room but recommended TCL to most friends. Bottom line. Sony delivers elite picture quality, but you pay significantly for incremental improvements over cheaper alternatives. Number 2, Samsung, the bright beast with baggage. Samsung QN90C testing started strong. Day 1 brightness was absolutely insane. This TV made HDR content explode off the screen. Peak brightness exceeded everything I'd tested. Day 3 gaming performance was exceptional. 120Hz refresh VRR minimal input lag. This was a gamer's dream display. Day 8 the bloatware reality set in. Pre-installed apps I couldn't remove. Advertisements on my home screen despite paying $1,800. Tizen OS pushing Samsung services constantly. Day 15 an automatic update changed my picture settings without asking. Motion smoothing turned itself back on. I had to hunt through menus to disable it again. Day 22 comparing brightness to competitors, Samsung won easily. But comparing overall experience including software annoyances, the victory felt hollow. Samsung's power. Brightness levels are unmatched, perfect for bright rooms. Gaming features are comprehensive and well implemented. Build quality and design are premium. Picture quality in bright content is stunning. The frustrations, bloatware and unskippable pre-installed apps. Home screen advertisements are insulting at this price. Tizen OS increasingly pushy with updates and changes. Premium price doesn't eliminate annoyances. Day 30 I kept it but disabled network connection to stop ads and updates. Bottom line. Samsung delivers incredible hardware held hostage by aggressive software monetization. If you can tolerate the bloatware, the picture is phenomenal. Number 1, LG, the complete package. LG C3 OLED was my final test, and it ended the experiment decisively. Day 1 the difference was immediate, perfect blacks, infinite contrast, colors that looked impossibly real. This was a different category of display. Day 4 WebOS interface impressed. Fast, intuitive, clean, no bloatware, no advertisements, just a smooth, respectful user experience. Day 10 gaming revealed why LG dominates. 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, VRR and G-Sync support, input lag under 10 milliseconds, every gaming feature implemented perfectly. Day 17 I watched dark atmospheric movies. Finally shadows looked like actual shadows, not gray mush. Details invisible on every other TV appeared clearly. Day 25 I compared it directly to every other TV still in my house. LG won every comparison except pure brightness in daytime. For overall picture quality, nothing came close. Day 30 this was the only TV I genuinely didn't want to return. Why LG dominated. OLED technology delivers perfect blacks and infinite contrast impossible for LED TVs. WebOS is the best smart TV interface, period. Gaming features are comprehensive and flawlessly implemented. Build quality and reliability are excellent. No advertisements or bloatware ruining the experience. The considerations: OLED burn-in risk exists but is minimal with normal viewing, not the brightest option for extremely bright rooms. Premium pricing though justified by performance. Bottom line, LG OLED is the complete package. Best picture quality, best interface, best gaming features, most respectful user experience. After testing 8 TVs for 30 days, this is what I'm keeping. After 30 days of real-world testing, here's what matters. Avoid completely. Insignia RCA JVC. They failed basic performance tests. Skip in America. Philips Panasonic. Wrong market for these brands, disappointing former champions. Vizio Toshiba. Software problems ruined decent hardware. Best value that shocked me Hisense. Premium performance at mid-range prices. Best overall value, TCL, 90% of premium performance for 60% of the cost. Best for movie purists, Sony. Elite picture processing at elite prices. Best for bright rooms, Samsung, unmatched brightness with annoying software baggage. Overall winner, LG OLED, best picture, best interface, best experience. Before you buy your next TV based on store demos and paid reviews, make sure you know what happens after you get it home. Hit subscribe to Frugal Choice. Turn on notifications and join thousands of viewers who test products in real conditions, not controlled labs. Because here we don't just read specs. We live with products and tell you the truth. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and stop wasting money on disappointing electronics.